Welcome back to Red Panda of Destiny, here for the next episode in our continuing series covering two of these people are lying. My personal favorite series of all types of series from 2019. It is made by the Technical Difficulties Quartet, who you can see on screen, and it is found on the Matt and Tom YouTube channel. It's quite funny, has a lot of chipes. If you want to see what the general show is about, I did an intro video earlier this week, so go check that out. But this episode, we have a few positives. The first we have is Gary's intro, as usual. I believe it's something about gravy. It's quite funny. I'll pop it in here, I think, if I can get my mouse in the right place.
Oh, hello. Gary Brown.
Good pint of gravy of an evening takes you up for a night.
Yeah, he always gets something in like that with a very silly accent and a random quote. He's the best at his intros. The other twos are usually a little less thought out, shall we say. And Matt often doesn't have one. He ends up just explaining the show. So the first topic covered by the show is Johnston's Robin. This one has some varied explanations. We have a cricketing play named after a Johnston, in which you fake. You do something like, say, tie your shoe and distract the batter. Okay. Then one of them was a trig point, which was specified as being a stub, which was a nice little detail there. That was Chris's. I think it's not said, but I believe he just knew about a particularly weird trig point, and he's just like, okay, I'll just use that, and then renamed it. I think they do that a lot. It makes things a lot more plausible if they're based in reality. We have a little random positive here for Tom crossing things out. Pretty sure it happens at 1:22. Let's see if I got it right.
Yes.
Right, can we just say that kind of...
It's just the way he just, right, that's done. Okay, moving on. Just, I find it funny. He does it quite a lot, but I find it funny every time it happens. And then the third answer was that it was a robin. Pretty predictable when you think about it. And actually turned out to be the correct answer, I believe. So, yeah. Maybe the rest of them should have just come up with random robins. But anyway. Then when Gary is explaining the cricket, he leads into talking about unfair cricket, and leads into the line, Gary Brannan stands for unfair cricket, which worked very well. It's good, funny. And then for the second round of this episode, they did Egeratina Occidentalis. Yes, in Latin, very hard to pronounce. Chris said it was a bowel disorder, which is very pleasant. I can't believe he just said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a bowel disorder. Right. His is not the right one. And then Gary's was very inventive. He said it was an ecclesiastical censure. Apparently censure means punishment in Latin church scenes, I suppose. And it's a very specific punishment in which you have to parade around under a sheet in a eastward direction, making the mistake apparently that occidentalis means east, when it in fact means west. So he got that backwards. And then Matt said it was a plant with glandular leaves. Tom found this very hard to believe. And he, but he figured it out because Matt had mentioned that it was called a Western something, and Tom was like, well, Occidentalis means Western. But he's like, yeah, I don't believe that you know that, Matt. Forgetting, of course, that Matt had done a GCSE in Latin. So, yeah, that's not really working. And I gave a random positive here just for the use of longer words, such as, not just longer words, actually, just obscure words like censure. Just to make it makes themselves seem like they actually read it because they saw a word and they remembered it instead of just added a word, which is obviously harder. And then finally, we have a positive for the abrupt ending.